Hello, baseball fans. Kingicheboo coming to you live from the underground bunker deep beneath Tuktoyaktuk, where finally we're going to continue on with Game 5 of the 1901 World Series between the Boston Americans and the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is Game 5, as I said. The series is tied 2 games apiece, with Boston losing Game 1, Cy Young losing Game 1. Game 2 was won by the Americans. Game 3 was won by the Americans in 13 innings, 2-1. And then Game 4, again with Cy Young pitching for Boston, was the win for the Pirates. So we are tied 2-2. Today's matchups, the lineups. First of all, for the visiting Boston Americans, leading off and playing left field, Tommy Dowd. Batting second, the shortstop, Freddie Parent. Batting third, the first baseman, Buck Freeman. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Jimmy Collins. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Chick Stahl. Batting sixth, the catcher, Aussie Schreckenghost. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Charlie Hemphill. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Hobie Ferris. And batting ninth, the winner of game number 2, George Winter. And for the home team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, leading off and playing right field, Lefty Davis. Batting second, the third baseman, Tommy Leach. Batting third, the shortstop, Honus Wagner. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Ginger Beaumont. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Fred Clark. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Claude Ritchie. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Kitty Bransfield. Batting eighth, the catcher, Jack O'Connor. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Jesse Tannehill. So with the introductions out of the way, let us begin this game, this exciting first World Series ever. Of course, it wasn't a real World Series. 1901, the American League and the National League hated each other. Well, they hated each other for many years, but they really hated each other. They kept stealing each other's players. Well, mostly the American League stole the National League players at that time. And there's no way on earth they were going to have a World Series in 1901. But here in Kingicheboo land, of course, we have a World Series. And we also have 1902's World Series all lined up. I've been plugging away at 1902 season. I just finished that. And I'll announce the participants. There's one huge surprise. One not a surprise at all. One of the greatest teams of all time were the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates. They're in there. But the American League participant is a huge surprise. A 500 team in real life dominated the American League this year. And you'll find out later who that was. So, but we are still in the 1901 World Series now, so we will continue that. Here's the leadoff hitter for the Boston Americans, Tommy Dowd. He is batting .263 in the World Series. He has a double and 2 RBIs. And here is Tommy Dowd's... Oh, I guess I have to change a few settings here. That's not dice mode. Yes, no play-by-play. Pittsburgh managed by the computer. That's what we like. Dice here. It is rolled automatically. Tactile split cards. I think we're ready now. Well, let's make sure all the other screen layout. That's... goes without saying. Sound, I think we're not hearing any crowd noise, so that's good. I think the rest are okay. Well, box score, yep, these are good, and we want to save it always. Of course, this is the World Series. Anyway, now we're ready to go. After those technical difficulties, here's Tommy Dowd. His column is 2. We want to hear hit that column. Tannehill doesn't have very much. I guess 6 is his best column from the batting perspective. And we can see here that his record so far, he's appeared in 1 game in the World Series, and he pitched 6 2/3 innings, got the loss. He gave up 11 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them were earned, no walks and 4 strikeouts, as the Americans tied the series 1-1 with a 6-2 victory with 5 runs in the 6th inning. Winning pitcher was George Winter. So let's see if something like that duplicates here today. Tommy Dowd is up. Here's the pitch. That's a decent column for Tommy Dowd, and he's going to get a base hit. Base hit for Dowd, and it will not be a no-hitter tonight for Jesse Tannehill, or today. They didn't have night games then. Here's Freddie Parent. He's an AB, although he's a better hitter than Dowd. And he is batting 200 in the World Series, so that must be 4 for 20. And he has 1 double, and he doesn't have any RBIs. I'm tempted to bunt here. And although he has 2 good columns, we just don't want to get that 2 column. He can't steal. They have -2, -2, shutting down the running game of the Americans. He's a 306 hitter. We'll let him swing away. And he hits the 2. So we have a risk of a double play, and that's exactly what we get. Horrible managing by the manager of the Americans. So here's Buck Freeman. He's batting .471 in the World Series. 17 at-bats. He has a double, 2 triples, 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and a stolen base. So here's a pitch to Buck Freeman. And that's not a very good column for him. He's going to ground out to Tommy Leach for the 3rd out of the 1st inning. Boston is scoreless. Here is George Winter, winner of the 2nd game. And Lefty Davis is up. He's batting .368 in the World Series with a double and 1 RBI, 1 walk. Here's the pitch. That's a very good column for Lefty. And he's going to walk to lead off the inning. That's a bad thing. Corners are in. Tommy Leach is up. In case he bunts, let's see if the manager plays it better than the Boston American manager. He's hitting and running. It's going to be a play for Hobie Ferris. So Hobie Ferris is 166. So we don't fear this one very much. We want to roll 10 or higher, but these errors are going to come into play. Let's hope for 10 or higher. We got that. Now let's avoid those errors. We did. It's going to be a double play on the hit and run. Amazing play by Hobie Ferris. He's not in there for his bat. He's in there for his defense, and it pays off there. Boston has a dreadful outfield. They have a decent infield defense, except for Buck Freeman. Buck Freeman, is that where he's supposed to play? Is he really a first baseman? He plays all over the place. I guess that's the place where he does the least damage, I guess, is at first base. He's not a very good fielder, but he's a pretty good hitter. And here, speaking of good hitters, here is one of the greatest of all time, Honus Wagner. He's batting .316 in the World Series, 19 at-bats, 1 double, 3 RBIs. He has 3 stolen bases in the series. 2 out here in the 1st inning. Here's a pitch to Honus Wagner. It's a decent column. He's going to get on with a base hit, 2-out base knock. And he's got a good chance to steal here. Let's see if they try to steal. And they throw him out at first base. What a deceptive move by George Winter. You don't see that very often. Honus Wagner getting picked off. He is a very intelligent ball player, but he got caught sleeping there. We go to the top of the 2nd. We're scoreless. Here is Jimmy Collins batting .412. Why the underdog Boston Americans are in this series, very much in the series 2-2, is because of the play at the plate from Buck Freeman and Jimmy Collins. .412. He has 1 RBI. Doesn't have any walks. So not a lot of production. Let's see if he scored a lot of runs. Let's see how many runs he scored. He has scored 2, but still, he's not making outs anyway. So here's the pitch to Jimmy Collins. And a little bit there, not much. Okay, we have a chance at a triple if we can roll a 2 or less. Las Vegas would not give me very good odds on this, but let's see. It's a 4. So it's close, but Lefty Davis makes an excellent play there in right field and holds him to an out. So here's Chick Stahl. He's batting .167 in the World Series. That's probably 2 for 18, I'm guessing. Here's a pitch. He needs to get going. Got his column, and he's going to get his 3rd base hit of the series with 1 out here in the 2nd inning. And here's Ossie Schreckenghost, one of your favorite names to say in all of baseball. He is a good hit-and-run man, and I get tempted. I see, well, look at how good this column looks. This one is okay, but we're going to hit and run. We don't want any We don't want any more double plays. Here's the hit and run to Shrek and Ghost. It's going to be a base hit. Base hit to right. Stahl goes to third. And we have first and third with one out. And Charlie Hemphill is up. He's batting .333, 6 for 18. And he has 2 RBIs. Let's hope that he gets his third right here. Tannehill bearing down the left-handed pitcher against the left-handed hitter. Advantage pitcher. On base percentage possibility .260. He needs to get the ball in the air. The corners are in. Let's see what he can do. 6. And it's going to be a ground ball to Bransfield. It's a .330. So infield is in. So these 10 or up is a base hit. So that's what we got to hope for. We got to hope for 10 or less. 10 or less, 10 or less. 10, we got it, base hit. Let's see if we can get an error on top of it. We do. We break the ice. Stahl scores. Shrek goes to third. Hemphill to second. 1 out still. And the Americans take a 1-0 lead here in Game 5. The pivotal Game 5 of the 1901 World Series. Here's Hobie Ferris. He is batting .059. 1 for 17 in the series. But here's his chance to, well, we've seen him make a great defensive play already. And we already noted that he's in the game for his defense. But he can certainly contribute here. And look, the Pirates are not playing the infield in. They're going to concede the run. He needs to make contact. And none of these lineouts. No strikeout. He needs to make contact. Put the ball on the ground. No lineouts. Or a fly ball is okay too. Here is the pitch to Hobie Ferris. It's a good column for Ferris. And he's going to get a possible double, but the ball is deep. So this will score a run. Let's just hope we get 8 or less and get a double out of this and 2 runs. 19 is not. I don't know how good you were at math. It's not less than 8. But we get the sacrifice fly and it's 2-0 Boston. Now it's clutch time for George Winter. The Strat-o-matic doesn't keep stats for the hitters. We can look here. We can look and see how much. No, it really doesn't matter what he hit. He's the pitcher, right? But he went 0 for 2 in the first game. So he's looking for his first hit of the World Series. And it'll just be gravy at this point if he can get a base hit. There's only a 195 chance of him getting on base here. And it just went down a lot. He's going to fly out to Fred Clark there in left field, and that's going to end the inning. But the Americans break the ice with 2 runs in the second inning. The score is Boston 2, Pittsburgh 0. Here's Ginger Beaumont. He's batting .313 in the World Series. He has a home run and 3 RBIs and 2 walks. So a productive World Series for Ginger. You can tell why he's called Ginger because he is a redhead. So here's the pitch to Ginger. I prefer Marianne myself. Here's a ground ball to Hobie Ferris. He's sure-handed. Makes the play 1 away. Here is Freddie Clark. He's batting .250, 4 for 16 with a double and 2 RBIs and 2 walks in the World Series. And that's his column. But he bounces up to the top and he strikes out. 2 out here in the second inning. And here's Claude Ritchie. Claude, or Claude, as they say in Quebec. Claude Ritchie. Here's the pitch to Claude. Man, Winter is not nearly the good card that Tannehill has, but he has a Shrek Ghost. Here is, people are trying to disrupt me with texts, but he makes the play to end the second inning, and the score is, after 2, is 2-0 Boston. Let's see if they can get some more runs. We go to the top of the order. Tommy Dowd, who is 1 for 1 in the game. And he gets the best possible column on Tannehill's card. And he's going to get another base hit for Tommy Dowd. He's 2 for 2. He was a race in a double play the first time. And we are going to bunt this time. We've learned our lesson. Here's the bunt. Squares and he gets the bunt down and he advances the runner. Here's Buck Freeman. Freeman is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's a decent column for Buck Freeman. He's going to walk. We don't know if it's intentional or unintentional, but regardless, Here comes the red-hot Jimmy Collins. He's 0 for 1 today, but he's batting .389 in the World Series, and another hit would be monumental for the Americans' chances here today. And he gets his column. Let's hope it doesn't bounce to the top or bottom. It does bounce to the top. And it voided. All this good stuff was avoided. So it's now 2 out. It does advance Dowd to third. Here's Chick Stahl. He had a big hit there in the second inning and scored a run. See if he can get one. He gets his column. No bouncing. Okay, we have a possible double. Collins is an incredible speedster at first base, so he has a very good chance of scoring if he can roll 16 or less. 16 or less. 1 is less than 16. It's over the head of Ginger Beaumont's going to the fence. And here comes Collins. He's going to try to score. And they're just going to throw it in, and 2 runs score, and Boston leads it 4-0. Chick Stahl, 2 for 2 in the game. He is the big hero. He scored a run, and he drove in 2 more. Here's Shrekken Ghost, 1 for 1 with a run. The Pirate fans are silent. They are not cheering. This guy's cheering because he's from Boston, singing Tessie. All right, here's a good column for Shrekken Ghost. He's going to get a base hit. Stahl's a great runner. He's going to try to score. And they're going to allow the run to score, and it's now 5-0 Boston with the upset here in Pittsburgh today. Charlie Hemphill is up now. He is also 1 for 1 with an RBI. Tannehill is reeling. Okay, it's a pitcher, so there's a lot of chances, a 48% chance or 49.8% chance of an error here. And will he get an error? No. Yes, he does. It's an error. The inning will continue. Brings up Hobie Ferris. Hobie Ferris, what did he do? Why is he not registered? I have a poor memory. I'm getting old here. Here we go. Let's see if we can figure out what he did. It doesn't say. He had a sacrifice fly. That makes sense. He hit it deep, yes. So that's why he has no official at-bat. He is good in the clutch. So he's got a .269 on-base chance here to keep this going. We know Pittsburgh has a powerful offense. There's not enough runs. Boston says we cannot take our foot off the pedal. Even though cars, have they been invented yet? I think Ford is just getting going there. So they don't know what pedal to the metal means yet in 1901. And there's a couple possibilities, but not very likely. No, he hits a ground ball to Tommy Leach to end the inning, but 3 more runs for the Americans, and it's 5-0 Boston. Let's see if George Winter can hold them. We know they're going to come back. And yes, here we go. It's a good column for Kitty Bransfield, and he's going to get a leadoff hit. Good start for the Buccos. Here's Jack O'Connor. Jack O'Connor is batting .077 in the World Series, 1 for 13. And he's going to walk. This is what we talked about. Here's Tannehill. He's not a great bunter, but he's a decent hitter. And because he has his own card, we have a statistics for him. He's 1 for 3 in the series. He's going to swing away. And he's going to pop out to Hobie Ferris for the first out. Okay, that brings the top of the order. Lefty Davis. He's 0 for 0 with a walk. Okay, that's best possible column for Winter. He's going to get a ground ball to second base. Hobie Ferris has been very busy today, and he's been flawless so far. He only gets a force out at second, Bransfield to third, and now there's 2 out for Tommy Leach. Leach is 0 for 1 today, 150 in the World Series. He has a 370, 373 slugging chance and a 325 on base chance. We have the up-to-date statistics. We know exactly what the odds are at all times. Oh, he can't get the lead. He was trying to sneak in a stolen base, but he couldn't get the lead. Here's the pitch to Leach. That's the best possible column for the Americans. Hits a ground ball to Jimmy Collins, who makes the play, and the inning is over. They dodge a bullet there. After 3 complete, it's 5-0 Boston. Here's George Winter. He's pitching very well so far, getting out a few jams, and he's up to bat here for the second time. Gets his best possible column, but it's too high. It's an easy ground ball to Wagner for the first out. Here is Tommy Dowd. He's 2 for 2 with a run. See if he can get on again. Got his column, but he voids all the good stuff with a line out to Tommy Leach for the second out. Here is Freddie Parent. Last time he bunted. He's hitting to a double play as well. He's going to get a chance at Tommy Leach. Leach with a 72% chance of an error. There's a base hit, and he voids the error, even though it's 72%, but they still get the base hit with 2 outs. And that brings up the first of the big boys, Buck Freeman. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, batting .444 in the series. And there's some good stuff there. Let's see if we can get it. He gets hit by the pitch. Tannehill goes inside and clips him on the uniform. And there's 2 men on with 2 out for the amazing Jimmy Collins. He's 0 for 2 today, but he has scored a run. He's batting .368 in the series. And he can get a couple clutches if he gets 3 or 4. He gets one of them. That's huge. It drives in another run. Well, at least a possible run. Yes, he allows him to score. It's now 6-0 Boston. What an upset here in, not Forbes Field. What is this ballpark called? This is the picture of Forbes Field, but I think it's Exposition Park. But there's no decent picture for that one, so we're pretending it's 1909 and Forbes Field is open just for the picture. It is right here, Exposition Park. Here's Chick Stahl. Chick Stahl is 2 for 2 with a double. He's having a big day. A big contributor here today. And this could be the final out. No, it's a chance at a triple. Would this be huge if you can roll a 2 or less? Yeah. Well, 1 + 1 = 2, but the game didn't see it that way, and he's out. So we go to the 4th, bottom of the 4th. It's now 6-0 Boston. And here is Honus Wagner. You know, after getting picked off there, the first time he got on base, he is seething at this point. His team down 6-0, taking upon himself to get this rally going. Good column. Okay, as a possible double, 10 or less, and he gets a 1. He has a double. This time he will not get picked off first because he's on second. And the runner we won't hold the runner, especially, Parenty, that means, yeah, we won't hold the runner. We'll let him steal. If he wants to steal, he can steal. Although we will try to throw him out, but he can easily get the jump here. Here's Ginger Beaumont. He is 0 for 1. They don't go try to steal. Let's avoid that walk. Okay, well, possible triple. We got to roll higher than 5. 20 is higher than 5. That's a good roll. Hemphill makes the play. He has a chance to advance. He's going to go for it. And he takes off and makes it easy, I guess because of the +1 arm of Hemphill. Wagner goes to second with 1 out, trying to break the ice. Here's Fred Clark. We'll let them have the run. We will not risk putting the infield in and letting Fred Clark get on as well. Here's the pitch to Freddie Clark. That's a good column for him. And he's going to get the base hit. And the Pirates are on the board. It's now 6-1. We talked about their potential of coming back, and they possibly will be starting the comeback now. Here's Claude Ritchie. Claude, what happened there? It was a pass ball. Shrekken Ghost gets crossed up, and Clark is at second. Here's the pitch to Claude. It's a ground ball to first base, Freeman. Everything's always shaky to Freeman there, but he makes the play that time. And Clark goes to third with 2 away for Kitty Bransfield. We might put him on. He's a .350 hitter with in the clutch situations. And we're going to put him on. That might be bad, but Jack O'Connor is not the hitter that Bransfield is. Here's the pitch. Oh, it's on Winter's card anyway. And he's going to get a base hit. Here comes the rally. Will Bransfield go to third? He will. O'Connor takes it personal that we walked Bransfield, and he gets the key base hit. And Tannehill's no easy out either. Void the 2 column. Oh, possible. Yes, possible home run. A home run here would make it a 1-run ball game. But he has to roll a 1. We've seen runs before. Number 1 before. So it's not impossible. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 10. Hemphill will make the play at the fence and ends the inning. But 2 runs for the Pirates. And it's now 6-2 Boston. Things are getting tense here in Pittsburgh. Schrecken goes 2 for 2 with an RBI. His pass ball, however, contributed to that second Pirate run. And it's going to be a play for Wagner. 44% chance of an error here. Okay, here it is. Will he get an error? No, he gets in between the errors. He makes the play. 1 out here in the 5th. Here's Hemphill. 1 for 2 with an RBI. Good calling for Hemphill. Possible single. We can't roll a 20. We got a 12. He's on. Base hit up the middle. Hemphill is on. Hobie Ferris is up. The pitcher's next, so we're not going to hit and run. We're going to let him swing away. And he's going to strike out for the second out of the inning. And here is Winter, 0 for 2. And here's another chance, for Wagner. 44% chance of an error. Let's see if he gets lucky again. He doesn't. It's going to be on. Error by Wagner. 2 runners on for Tommy Dowd. Tommy Dowd gets, he goes down a little bit in clutch. Only 1 position, 2-2. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. He is 2 for 3 today. He gets his column. No jumping. He gets the base hit. He will try to score. And then, what an answer for the Americans. After Pittsburgh scores 2, Boston answers in the 5th. That is always a dagger, isn't it? You come back, you got some momentum, score 2 runs, you get back in the ball game, and the other team scores in their half of the next inning. That is a heartbreaker if you're a Pittsburgh Pirate fan. And I believe there are still some out there in the world today. Much more Boston fans, however. So here's Freddie Parent. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored and a sacrifice. And he has a chance at a triple. This would be monumental if he could get a 1 or 2. It's a 7. So he's out. The inning will end, but the Boston Americans answer with a run in the 5th, and it's 7-2. Let's see if Winter can have a 1-2-3 inning. Here's Lefty Davis. And he will get the strikeout. Strikeout for Lefty Davis for 1 out here in the 5th. Here's Tommy Leach. Tommy Leach. Possible triples, but he strikes out. What's getting into Winter? What did he consume in the dugout between innings? He ate a power bar of some kind because he struck out the first 2 batters. Very hard to strike this man out. Honus Wagner, he is 2 for 2 with a double. And he won't strike out, but he flies weakly to Tommy Dowd there in left field, and it's 1-2-3 as we hoped. After 5 complete, the score is Boston 7, Pittsburgh 2. Here's Buck Freeman, 0 for 1 with a walk. He's letting his teammates contribute this game, but he gets on again with his second walk of the game. Brings up Jimmy Collins, 1 for 3 with an RBI. He will swing away. He gets his column. He gets the hit. Boy, oh boy, the Americans have come to play today. He's going to go to third, and they're going to cut off the throw first and third. Nobody out. Who would have thunk this at the beginning of the game? Tannehill is over his pitch limit, and he is approaching fatigue. Let's see. Does it tell us? Nope, it doesn't tell us unless it's between innings. So here's Chick Stahl. Big day for Stahl. He was struggling coming into this series, or this game, but he's 2 for 3 with a double today. And it's on Tannehill's card, and he's going to strike out. Big strikeout for Tannehill. Here's Schrecken Ghost, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Okay, that's the best column of Tannehill's, but it's not going to be a hit. It's going to be a check of the catcher, O'Connor. It's G3. That could score a run. Let's see if it does. It does score a run, and it's now 8-2. Collins goes to second, 2 out for Charlie Hemphill. He's having a big day. Who's not for the Americans today as they lead 8-2? Hemphill 2 for 3 with an RBI. And he gets his column. They're just getting their column, and he's a great clutch hitter. And he's going to get another, and Collins can run like the wind. He will score. Boy, oh boy. 9-2 Boston. They're hanging a lick in there now. You can officially say it on the Pirates. Here's Hobie Ferris, 0 for 2 with an RBI. Very busy in the field, so we can excuse another line out. to end the inning. But after 5.5 innings, it's 9-2 Boston. Ginger Beaumont is up. He's 0 for 2. Gets his column. He has a chance at a hit, and he will just miss it with a 9. Hemphill, when they miss the number, it seems Hemphill is there to make the play. Fred Clark, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Gets his column. Needs an 8. Gets a 9 again. Bad luck for the Buccos. Claude Ritchie. Let's see, where is Claude from? Yeah, I'm watching some match game. Sue me! Actually, in my staff, we're having a party. Yes, we're having a party. Don't tell the Alberta government. Or the Tuktoyaktuk government, sorry. We're going to have, what we're going to do, see, I manage a grocery store. One of our coolers is going to go down on Tuesday at 6 p.m. And all staff must be there to clean out the coolers, and then we might as well have some pizza, play some games, and exchange gifts while we're there. But anyway, so I was looking up some ideas for some questions. We're going to play match game. Anyway, we're going to look at Claude Ritchie, see if he's from Canada. Claude Ritchie. How do you spell it, Ritchie? How do you spell your name? It's still going, yes. Ritchie with a T. So, T, are you from Montreal? That's why, there he is. Claude Ritchie. He is from Emlenton, Pennsylvania. Emlenton. If you're from Emlenton, I'm sorry. I'm mispronouncing your beloved town. He played from 1897 to 1909. He played mostly for the Pirates. Played also for the Boston Braves. Or were they Bean Eaters? Bean Eaters, Doves. Boston Doves. So, yes. He was not from Montreal. He was from Pennsylvania. No, there's some French people. Oh, look at this. We're still rolling. Oh, it's beautiful. Got snow out here. See if we can get the picture back. There we go. And what does it have? He grounds out the second base. So that's after 6 complete. It's 9-2. George Rinter 0 for 3. We don't care that he's not hitting. He's pitching very well today again for the Americans. Could get his second win of the series. And the ground ball is out. One away here in the 7th. Tommy Dowd, 3 for 4 with an RBI. One incredible game, and he's also got his column again. He's going to get a 4th hit of the game. What a day for Tommy Dowd. Freddie Parent, 1 for 3 with a run. Oh, it could be a double play, ladies and gentlemen. It is. But, we can't really complain. We've scored in 5 straight innings. Ty Cobb batted .320 or better for how many straight years? Let's say 320, huh? Well, he played from 1905 to 1928. That's 23 years. So I'm going to say 18 straight years. 23 straight years. Every one of his seasons he batted over 320. Oh, sorry, Mr. Cobb. I didn't have faith in you. I thought maybe there was 1 year when he went below 320, but he didn't. 23 straight years, 320 or better. That is, I don't know if that will be ever duplicated. Do you think that would be duplicated? I don't know, not today's game with the strikeout stuff. Very few people bat 320. And it's not even emphasized anymore. It's how many walks you take. Exciting baseball, I tell you, but I'm being facetious. Rather see a base hit any day over a walk. Anyway, Kitty Bransfield, back to our task at hand. See if we can hold this lead. And it's going to be Freddie Parent. Or Freddie Parent. Everything's French. Ooh, yes, we avoided the error. Freddie Parent makes the play, 1 away. Here's Jack O'Connor. He came up with a base hit when we dissed him by walking Kitty Bransfield, and he made us pay, but we're still up by 7. He's going to strike out for the second out, and will Tannehill stay in the game? Yes, he is. They just didn't pull pitchers very often back then. And he's a decent hitter, too, so. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, go the Pirates. We're going to the top of the 8th. The score, Boston 9, Pittsburg 2. Here's Buck Freeman. He's probably the only guy without a hit on the team. Let's see if we're right about that. Yeah, except for Hobie Ferris. Okay, Hobie Ferris, but he's been great in the field. And Buck Freeman, he's been getting the walks. So we can't really fault him there. And he hasn't made any errors, I don't think. No, because no Boston errors. Gets his decent column, but he strikes out for the first out of the 8th inning. Here's Jimmy Collins, 2 for 4 with an RBI. And he is going to get a possible hit, 14 or less. He gets 11. Third hit of the game. He's 3 for 5 for Jimmy Collins. Chick Stahl, 2 for 4 with a double. And he's going to have a chance of a hit here. And he gets it. Boy, oh boy, they've got the horseshoes in the underwear here today. He's going to go for third. And they're going to cut off the throw as Boston has some speedsters on their team. A lot of speed. Even the big hitters have speed. Here's Schrecken goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And that's a bad column for him, but like we said, we don't need the runs. And it's going to be a double play to end the inning. So after 7.5, still 9-2. Here's Lefty Davis. Column 5. It's going to be Freeman. 53.3% chance of an error. Okay, he doesn't give up a hit, but will he give up an error? No, it's a rare play. Rare play means good. It hits Winter, rolls between the mound and first. He barehands it and nips Davis at first. So I wonder who was covering. That's the great Hobie Ferris. What a great play by Hobie Ferris. Once again, because the ball goes off Winter. Winter's rolling on the ground in pain. Freeman shows unusual range at that point, picks up, barehands the ball, throws it to Ferris, who has the presence of mind to cover at first base, and he gets nipped. Nips Davis, the speedy Davis, at first. What a play, but Winter, let's check on him. It looks like he's okay. Let's see if it's affecting his pitching. He's been very good here today. Let's see, Tommy Leach is 0 for 3. And yes, it has not, getting bonked with the ball has not affected his pitching. He gets a second out, and here is the great one, 2 for 3 with a double. And a good chance of a hit. It's going to be Hemphill, his first test of the game. Has to be 11. Oh, he avoids the hit, and he avoids the error. What a play by Charlie Hemphill. Next to Ferris, he's been the most busy, and he's been flawless. He is shaky out there in right field, but he makes the play there to end the 8th inning. Go to the top of the 9th. It's still 9-2, Boston. Here's that Charlie Hemphill having a good day in the field and at the plate, 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And not much there. This time he's going to pop out, but we forgive him. We forgive him totally. That's okay. Here's Hobie Ferris, the great fielder. And he's going to be out again, probably. Line out to third base. He hits it hard, but right at Tommy Leach for the second out. And here's George Winter. We're not going to pull him. And he's going to have another chance for Honus Wagner to commit an error. Here it comes. And he avoids it that time. And that's 1, 2, 3. Go the Americans in the 9th. 3 outs remaining to go up 3-2 for the Americans. Here's Ginger Beaumont, 0 for 3. Gets a decent column for him, but he's going to strike out. Strikeout number 5 for Winter. He only had 1 strikeout in game 2, and he has 5 today. He's been eating his Wheaties. Here's Freddie Clark, 1 for 3 with an RBI. One of the 2 RBIs. The other one was by Jack O'Connor. He's going to fly out to Stahl in center field. Stahl is a poor fielder, but he makes the play there for the second out. Last hope is Claude Ritchie from Endelton, Pennsylvania. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong because I can't remember exactly what it was. And it's going to be Tommy Dowd. He makes a lot of errors, 39%. And he avoids the hit. Will he avoid the error? He does. That's the ball game. Everything went the way of the Americans. That is the final score here in Game 5. Boston 9, Pittsburg 2. George Winter, another win. He goes 2-0 in the World Series with a 1.80 ERA. Jesse Tannehill, who is the second best pitcher for the Pirates, had a great season. He is 0 for 2 in the World Series with a 6.32 ERA. Hitting stars, Tommy Dowd, 4 for 5. Jimmy Collins, 3 for 5. Chick Stahl, 3 for 5. Aussie Schreckenghost, 2 for 5. Charlie Hemphill, 3 for 5. Fielding star, Hobie Ferris at second base. Pitching star, George Winter on the mound. Honus Wagner tried to do it all himself. He did get caught sleeping that one time, but nobody else nobody else could do much. They were 3 for 26. Besides Wagner, the Pirates are 3 for 26 in the game. Chances are that even if he didn't get caught, he wouldn't have scored anyway the way things were today. So Chick Stahl had 3 base hits, 2 RBIs, and George Winter was able to finish what he started and was credited with a complete game as the Boston Americans outscored the Pittsburgh without an H Pirates 9-2. Winter 2-0 pitched a solid game. He allowed just 5 hits and 3 walks in 9 innings. Boston totaled 16 hits on the afternoon. Jesse Tannehill, 0-2, was charged with the loss. He allowed 16 hits and 2 walks in 9 full innings. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it always. Thank you for tuning in to the 5th game of the 1901 World Series, where once again the final score, the Boston Americans 9, the Pittsburgh Pirates 2. This is Kingicheboo signing off. We'll catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody.